Ricardo has a very distinct color style. It's so good. I think it's a cool departure from what we've had in the past. I'm really stoked to do this.
Well, it's that time of year again, the beginning of the 2021 race season, so it's time to create a new livery for Ken Block. It's kind of a crazy year. Ken's left Ford, a whole bunch of new things ahead of us. And that means we're gonna be rolling this livery out a little different than we normally do. We're actually gonna roll out the art first and then show it to you on the cars, because the car thing is still a bit of a secret.
Top secret investigations into the paranormal.
But you know that we take liveries real serious. Ken's always tried to make the liveries really stand out and be very different than what everyone else was doing. You know, you think about it, the drip livery, the reflective livery, the unicorn camo livery, but then also, most importantly, the artist collab liveries. And those are probably the ones that we really most respect because they were so different and so cool. So you have Felipe Pantone. And you have Death Spray. You have Troy Lee Design. Even Huck G helped design the character that was created around the first livery. We've always liked working with artists to actually be able to put this all together. And this year, no different. This year we're gonna be working with It's a Living, who is a rad artist that creates like a letterwork meets graffiti style of design. And we have kind of a really cool way of how that's going to apply to the car, but also apply to the gear that we're gonna create around it. The first drop will be exclusively available via the network. He's here at the Donut Garage creating this. So today we're gonna show you kind of a little bit of the background of that and also explain how we're gonna launch livery this year, because it's a lot different than what we normally do. And there's a reason for that. Anyway, enjoy and watch.
So this year for our livery, we're working with an artist called It's a Living. That's his artist name. His real name is Ricardo Gonzalez. And I'm just a really big fan of his art. I'm a graphic artist and I enjoy font work. His use of calligraphy to like graffiti drippy style blends and big prints. That's just what drew me to his art and his style.
My name is Ricardo Gonzalez, aka It's a Living. I am a lettering artist from Durango, Mexico. My style comes from typography, calligraphy, street art, graffiti a little bit, design and art, and music. I put all these things together and I just combine them, and that's my style.
So I first came across Ricardo's art just coming from the art and street world. I follow a lot of various different artists. His art just really caught my eye, and then I saw his stuff being used by a couple different companies, such as Huff. Eventually started following him on Instagram. At some point I just realized, wow, this style and what he does really fits with exactly what I like, from graffiti style to a mix of, 80s power boats, So we reached out, he was interested, and lots of steps in between, and we are here today.
To be honest, I'm pretty stoked to work with Ken. He's very detail-oriented, and it's an honor, you know, to work with someone like him and a team here at Hoonigan. Everybody's super chill, very professional. All the stuff that you guys do is like super amazing. And to me, to be part of this crew and create something so unique is amazing, you know?
Well, one thing that's unique about how we put together liveries is, I mean, I came from the shoe and the apparel world. So I think about not only how the car looks, how the race suit looks, but how things are gonna look, everything from a t-shirt to a pair of shoes. But this year we really wanted to start without the car. We wanted to start with literally a poster and look at it as a piece of fine art and then drop that all the way down through the t-shirts, hoodies, shoes, down to the car itself. The artwork that It's a Living creates is something that really is very much a high-end art piece, and that's what justifies us going this direction. The car will definitely come later. Obviously, I'm a race car driver. There will be a race car, but we wanted to start with the art first. We've never taken that direction, but we just felt like Ricardo's art justifies it.
When the car's done, would you like to take it out? Yes. I would love to see that thing, you know, like see the car, the wrap done, and I want to see how the graphics behave and also people's reaction. Racing comes from a more rigid style of graphics, and this is more fluid. The graphic actually on the car, it's meant to be like if the letters were melting or like the speed helps to the ink to like drip. So that's one of the main things that I had in mind at first when this project came to me, and it'll be really amazing to see in pictures, and especially if I get to ride it, that'd be pretty cool.
So with every artist we work with, from Felipe Pantone to Troy Lee and now Ricardo, they always have their own tastes, they have their own color palettes, they have their own styles. And even Ricardo has 4 or 5 different styles. And we've worked with him to create art for Tire Slayer and Just Ain't Care and Hoonigan. But in working with him through all that stuff, he has a very distinct color style that he wanted to drop in there. And it just happened to work very good, I think, with the progression of what I've had in the past years. A lot of the stuff though I've had in the past has been black or black and white with some color pops on it. But with Ricardo's style, we're actually using a very bright color palette. And really for the car and even like the t-shirts, it's front to back or top to bottom.
I did some research about like the past cars with the collaboration of Hoonigan or Ken Block that has done on the car and stuff like that. So I came up with a color palette as my signature style, some pink, blues. It felt really organic.
I think it's a cool departure from what we've had in the past. Definitely different, but it's a mix and homage to some of the stuff that we have done in the past. But his style and his color palette, I think, just works. It's so good, and it fits right in with exactly the stuff that I like for my liveries and race cars. So I'm really, really happy with how everyth's turned out.
It was very collaborative. I talked to Ken. We discussed it for a bit, and we came up with this color palette with blues, purples, a bit of pink, and it's a very electric, fresh, fast color palette.
So for us, Ricardo's focused on a certain piece that says Tire Slayer repeating in multiple colors.
It started with a sketch, to be honest, like just pen and paper, just sketch it out real fast just to see the layout and kind of how many lines I was gonna use. And then from there, I took it to a canvas and then paint it. It was only one color. I photographed it, took it to the computer, separate every layer, color it, and then adjusted it. And then I put it into a canvas, which I had to, you know, project and then paint with acrylic. It comes from analog to digital to analog, you know, so it's a whole process, which I really enjoyed it, to be honest.
For me, that was really the centerpiece of everything that we're doing for the year with the livery. So he's taken that, he's painted that on a canvas for us. We've then taken that and printed on posters. And our whole goal here is to do this very limited edition on the initial launch. So this is the base for the livery of the car that will be, you know, wrapped around the entire car. So we're taking that out and letting it stand on its own for this set of gear. That'll all be very limited edition, very high end, and sold with an exclusive retailer that focuses on those very short run type options for the streetwear world. The poster itself is a very special paper. It's very nice, heavy print on there with Ricardo's original art, and it's a very limited edition print that both he and I will sign a number. I'm really stoked to do this. It's something we've never done. We've made a lot of very special limited edition posters here at Hoonigan, but we've never made it with this sort of paper. So for me, it feels much like a very nice, very rich art piece. All right, well, that's it. Really stoked to be working with It's a Living this year. Incredible art, fun applications with the race car, but it means that we have a lot of different very cool gear coming out this year. So something I'm very excited about. Get rid of this very boring Hoonigan shirt and be wearing some very cool limited edition product. It's a Living, Ricardo Gonzalez. Thank you.